What's up, everybody watching at home and Los Angeles? Back here at E3, I'm joined by Swifties over there.
What up?
Dude? Michael and Sean are here to discuss the Return of the King, man. Call of Duty. Super excited about this because this is where I had my roots. It's like right in the very beginning where it all started. And later on it was cool, but as soon as I saw this, I was pumped right away.
Yeah, thank you for that. Every time I see that trailer, I get goosebumps. I mean, 3 years in the making for the studio, a chance to go back to World War II where the franchise hasn't been in a decade with boots on the ground. I got to tell you, my heart is racing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And the reception has just been absolutely incredible. I get to see all my friends who've already played, posting, love the game, and they're going to post their videos, and I got to wait a little bit, but I'm not going to wait too long, man. I'm absolutely hyped.
We should get you guys over there to play.
Yes.
You're a little behind the curve.
I know. Don't get to rub it in, man. Come on, Michael. You don't need to rub it in, bro.
Well, that's why you haven't played it yet, but everybody else had.
We took the reveal trailer to the Sony presentation last night. That was the first time, and response was great.
Yeah.
And then the show opened today. First time hands-on with fans, and reception has been so generous. We are feeling so great back.
You've earned it. I mean, the work you put in, and just the game looks like it.
You talk about the reception. Did you have a little bit of apprehension? Going into this, thinking, I don't know, man, maybe they don't like as much as I thought. They won't be as good because this is all very humble and surprising, it sounds like. You didn't expect it.
It's true. It's interesting. I was telling some of the guys back at the studio that 2-3 days ago, I was more nervous than I've been in a long time in my career because you knew you were on the verge of something that you think had the ability to be more special than anything you worked on.
Right.
And then when we saw the booth and we saw the poster out front and the trailer going up on Sony, that anxiety turned to pride, and I got pumped.
That's awesome. Moment of truth just came through, and people obviously loved it. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
It's cool. You keep it. I mean, you work on these things for so long. 2.5 years without anybody really knowing what's going on, and then it's kind of so there is some apprehension just in the sense that it's like a nervousness, like you're about to get your stuff out there. So it's this is an awesome release for us, and. Yeah,
there's a vulnerability to it, right?
Right.
I mean, 3 years of your life dedicated to anything is a long time, and then you put it out for fans, and you hope that they're gonna appreciate it like you want them to. It's kind of your baby,
right?
And for Sean and I, we're just two of 350 plus developers at Sledgehammer Games who've spent 3 years on this. So everybody in the studio had a bunch of energy behind this and anticipation and hope, and I think the last 24 hours has shown that we've got some stuff to do, but there's something special here.
And yeah, you guys have been listening these 3 years, right? Listening to fans, looking at the feedback, to figure out what they want, and and giving them what they didn't know they want, but they know what they need now, and just nailed it, which is fantastic. So what are the next steps between now and launch? I mean, it's such an exciting time now that the cat's out of the bag. People are seeing the game.
Yeah.
What's next?
There's a lot to come. There's absolutely a lot to come, and thank goodness that the reception has been what it is, because when you have the fan reaction like we've had,
right,
it's like you get a new battery. You go back to the studio and you've got an energy to drive to November.
Absolutely.
We've got Zombies announcements coming.
Right.
We've got the beta coming. We've got to finish all the rest of this game, and there's a lot to do. So there is plenty, and that battery couldn't come at a better time for us.
Absolutely.
It's so wild because it just never stops for you guys. Even when the game launches and it's great, then you have the additional content to work on, and then after that it's just on to another 3 years of working on the next thing with expectations being so high. I just wonder how how it weighs on you all that time just does not stop. And I mean, obviously the effort all pays off, but how is that? They just have a non-stop machine of just this drive for excellence,
Oh. Well, they say the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire.
Right, yeah.
That's right.
Well, that's Call of Duty development, and I'm really thankful that Activision moved to a 3-year cycle, because I can tell you with the work in this game, we couldn't have done this in less than 3 years.
Right.
Headquarters, war mode, divisions, campaigns, zombies, it takes no pun intended, it takes a little army, literal army, to get this game done, and we need 3 years to do it.
There's usually critique about that too, an every year cycle kind of thing. And now when you take time to work on it, there's almost the expectation of all right, if it's not every year and it's just this 3 year cycle thing, it's got to be good. So I guess on a real talk perspective, if someone's watching this for the first time, how do you explain to them that this is not Call of Duty original HD? like it's a brand new experience, because I'm sure maybe people have that feeling, and it could be insulting because it's a brand new experience. Like, what separates that mentality of it being just an HD color paint and just being a new experience?
I have a perspective. Sean, I don't know, do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things, so we definitely, we care a lot about our fans, our community, right? So we do listen, we do, want to make the best experience for them, and there's a lot of history behind Call of Duty. There's a lot of games behind it, so there's a lot of expectation, so we want certain aspects of that game to feel familiar, right? You've got that kind of fundamental base layer that this is Call of Duty. You pick it up, you play it, feels like Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
That's important. But there are definitely a lot of things that we're bringing to this game that definitely take it past, COD HD for sure. Divisions, War Mode, Headquarters, all things that have, never been done this way in Call of Duty before. War Mode, brand new gameplay, brand new, putting yourself into an actual battle of World War II in a way that hasn't been done before. So yeah, there's definitely a lot that we're doing that we're super excited about, and just seeing the reception's been awesome.
You're seeing a bit of war here.
I just love the feeling like you're unloading from the truck with like your fellow friends,
cool.
getting ready for battle. Like it's so hype.
Yeah, I remember when Sean first sort of pitched this and prototyped this 2.5 years ago. It was this idea of really bringing big war to World War II, really to take you away from that lone wolf multiplayer experience that we're all used to, and what you made your mark on.
Exactly,
frankly,
right, yeah.
and refine and refocus that into truly, strategic team-based gameplay.
Right.
Like fight for the bridge, right? You can't do that as a lone wolf in this experience. You have to fight. And so, as Sean mentioned, like this is a brand new game mode to the franchise that frankly would have been beyond our ambitions if we had less time.
I just love how I was gonna you're gonna have to form a tight bond with your team, with your whether it's a stranger or a friend, really communicate. And I'm just really looking forward to kind of figuring out these approaches and how to do it. So it's just gonna be really exciting, make some bonds.
Absolutely, it's cool. One thing that I really love about it is there's an overarching mission goal, right? You have a purpose for why you're there. It is an actual battle, right? So you're in what we're showing at E3 today. You're trying to destroy some artillery.
Right.
And to do those things, there's these steps that you got to go through along the way. You got to capture forward ground. You got to build a bridge so that your armor can cross. You're demoing an ammo dump, and then finally onto the getting the tank through to get to the artillery. And the way that your team interactions happen is different than your kind of core Call of Duty multiplayer modes.
Right.
You've got snipers covering. You've got guys popping smoke to throw to cover the objectives while kind of your running gunners advance and get in there. So it's really cool. I love it.
This is like an iron sharpens iron kind of thing, because a lot of times in multiplayer and FPS, you can kind of get by the grit of your teeth. If people are just if someone's good and you're trash, you kind of make it through without communication sometimes, unfortunately. Or you don't because you didn't communicate. But it seems like a mode like this requires you to actually say, look, all right, this is happening. How are we going to take care of it? Who's going to cover over here? Who's going to come over here? Because we're not making any ground, and it sucks.
Yep.
So
yeah, there's just cool moments of tension, right? You get that moment where time's running down. You got precious few seconds to get in there and kind of finish off one of these objectives, and these moments of tension, like right here, you're seeing the ground is almost captured and you're so close, and you get that kind of just tension, and then the release when the objective's completed is just, it's cool. It creates some really cool moments.
Oh yeah, we can talk about Headquarters some more. It's one of my favorite modes because, even though I'm not really good at aiming, I can still contribute to the team. While they're covering me, I can go in there and start capturing. So what are some of the other flexible things you can kind of do in there?
Yeah, when you talk about what we brought this year that we have never done before, Headquarters is one of those. Headquarters transforms the experience. It's the biggest innovation in multiplayer. 48 players coming together to compete in the 1v1 pit or shootouts on the firing range, to be social, to challenge each other, to show off, to peacock. Let me tell you, for you to go nuts creating crazy scenarios with your friends,
yes,
it's transformative to the experience, and it brings the community together in a franchise first.
I'm so hyped to do some cool things.
1v1.
Seriously. Yes. Oh,
That's my
dude.
point right there.
Dude, it's knives only, shotguns only.
How does that happen, though? In a matchup, someone's yelling, oh, you're terrible in your ass. All right, 1v1 me.
Doing that in public game might be tough. I do a lot of, you bring your fans in, you bring your homies in, and you do some cool stuff together. It's going to be so epic.
And I think you're right. It's the ultimate show of skill, right? 1v1. True. And since you're already a day behind of your friends, you got some serious time to put in.
That's right. That's right. Don't go double time. Oh, man. Just rubbing it in. But yeah, I mean, I am so hyped, and it's just right over there.
So everybody who's here right now can experience the game right over there, obviously. People who are watching at home, when do they get their turn?
Well, so there's a lot of content being put out there now, and we have a beta coming in the summer, in August. And, man, we love this as an opportunity to hear from fans, so this is the first step. But we want to hear from fans in the beta and have them help us make the game better, too. So jump in that beta, be active with the studio. Like, we are pouring our hearts into this, and your feedback is going to help.
We're looking
And people
forward to that.
like who want to reach out on social media to give you the feedback of
Absolutely.
things they've watched in the video, where can they reach you there?
You know, the social team at Sledgehammer Games is best in class, and so at Sledgehammer Games or on our Facebook and our wherever else we are socially, I think everywhere. Do we have a Twitch social feed from Sledgehammer? We better do that too.
Yeah, there we
We'll
go.
do
We're
all of those
all
things.
fronts.
We'll
There we
do all
go.
fronts.
Cool.
Hey, we're about to wrap up, right?
Yep.
So I know the studio back home is tuned in, and our extended Sledgehammer Games family who support us. We just want to thank you for everything you've done to get us here. It's an honor to present on their behalf.
Man, this has been the most humble interview. Thank people at home. Like, everybody else is like, yeah, this is a great team. But you're like, hey, everybody watching at home, I miss you. You did a great
I mean,
job.
all that
Wives,
hard
our
work.
kids,
Like, yeah.
our friends, you know, we couldn't do it without them.
Well, dude, it's a pleasure having you up here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for stopping by. Look forward to the game.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone else
Awesome.
watching at home, don't go away. There's still a bit left for day one. Sit tight. Hang out.